Destination England, a Parkview Studios production.
There's simply no need to venture very far to experience the gems of the Peak District and Derbyshire in our own wonderful England. The wonderful Tram Museum in Critch for starters, where you can see lovely artefacts from the 50s and even travel on one of the working trams. It's an absolutely delightful day. One word of caution here though, you have to have a very obese fat wife, at least 2 children and a barking dog to be admitted.
And all of these trams run on 640 volts direct current, which, as an electrician, seems to be asking for trouble if you ask me. The entry fee is merely £23, and my brother Martin is certainly having a wonderful time. Are you having fun yet, Martin?
Yeah, love it.
On to the wonderful town of Buxton now, and the lovely Pavilion Gardens. What a beautifully manicured garden that is, and this is the Old Hall Hotel, and beautiful ironwork prevails throughout the city centre. And don't worry about those pesky immigrants, people here are mostly white and English. The gardens are like a miniature Kew Gardens in an enclosed area. Huge Canadian geese abound, and it's wonderful, wonderful architecture. Looks like something out of a film set. Of course, Buxton was and is a famous spa town made by rich people for rich people, and it really shows in the architecture of this lovely opera house and the Kew Garden style pavilion. And now we will make our way to the picturesque countryside of Dovedale and walk across those famous Dovedale stepping stones. At last, old fat people can waddle across the river and feel as though they've really achieved something with the day. Unfortunately, to park in the middle of this wilderness is charged at £6 a day, which some might say is an atrocious liberty. Hear, hear, me included. We haven't tired yet of all the absolute gems right here on our doorstep in our lovely country of England. Not far from Buxton, Ashburton and Cassington Water is the delightful town of Matlock. Steeped in history with delightful Grade 3 listed shops, it really is a lovely way to spend the day. There's also a lovely riverside walk and a pavilion which commemorates those who gave their lives for our liberty. On to Ashbourne, where there's a strong history of Australian rules type football, played between the uppers and the downers. Why, even Brian Clough attended this game one year. And what can we see through the arched window? Why, it's the Golden Valley Railway Station, the quintessential English station with the original outbuildings and platforms, and lavatories, just delightful, and they even run a tourist railway service during the summer months. On the way back to the southwest of England, I call into the lovely town of Evesham, once a lovely historic heritage town. Disappointingly though, it seems that every other shop is closed, and the remaining shops seem to be charity shops, nail bars, tattooists and Turkish barbers. The Earl of Evesham must feel greatly vindicated for saving the town for such a glorious future. The museum is worth a look though, and reminds us all that things could be extremely rum for absconders and lawbreakers back in the 18th century. Now, not now, of course, as swarthy men peer into their smartphones, speaking foreign languages at the top of their voice. Do remember that one can now shoplift up to £200 with no recriminations whatsoever, whereas back in the 18th century, you'd probably die in a local prison for doing such a thing. Ah, there's progress for you. Lovely, lovely Evesham. And that was just a small sample of the delightful destinations right here in the heart of England. In just 5 days, I visited Cassington Water, Buxton, Ashbourne, the Golden Valley Railway site, Dovedale Waters, and the Tram Museum in Critch. Yes, there's fat people with children and dogs everywhere, clamouring to get into the cake shops, but not too many Johnny foreigners, and mostly white English folk, which makes a trip to Middle England absolutely top hole. This has been Parkview Studios, with another holiday destination special.